October 27th, 1962. The world stood on the edge of destruction. Nuclear war between the United States and the Soviet Union was seconds away. Not in Washington, not in Moscow, but deep beneath the Caribbean Sea. This is the story of Vasili Arkhipov, the man who saved the world without firing a single shot. At the height of the Cold War, the U.S. Navy surrounded Cuba with a naval blockade. Beneath the surface, Soviet submarines were patrolling, silent, tense, and armed with nuclear torpedoes. One of them was Submarine B-59. It carried a single nuclear warhead, powerful enough to destroy an entire fleet. Cut off from Moscow, oxygen running low, the crew began to believe the worst, that World War III had already begun. U.S. destroyers began dropping practice depth charges, signals meant to force the Soviet subs to surface. But to the crew inside B-59, it felt like an attack. Explosions rocked the submarine. Panic spread. Captain Valentin Savitsky snapped under pressure. He shouted, "They're attacking us. Load the nuclear torpedo." If he launched that weapon, the U.S. would retaliate, and the planet would burn in nuclear fire. But one man said no. His name was Vasili Arkhipov, the second in command of submarine B-59. Soviet military rules required 3 officers to agree before launching a nuclear weapon. The captain agreed. The political officer agreed. Only Arkhipov refused. In the middle of chaos and fear, he stayed calm. He reasoned with the captain, begged for logic over emotion, and urged restraint. After hours of tense debate, he succeeded. The captain stood down. The launch was canceled. The submarine surfaced, and the world was saved by one man's courage. The crew was exhausted. They had no idea their decision had just saved humanity. When they returned to the Soviet Union, there were no medals, no celebrations, only silence. Vasili Arkhipov lived quietly, never speaking about that day. He died in 1998, almost forgotten. But history would later uncover the truth that one man's calm mind prevented nuclear war and saved the world from annihilation. Sometimes, the fate of the world doesn't rest in the hands of nations, but in the heart of a single human being. Vasili Arkhipov made the hardest decision any man could make, and because of him, billions of lives continued. This is War Echo, where we bring forgotten stories of courage, chaos, and sacrifice back to life. Subscribe for more untold war stories, because history echoes when we listen.